The market pops and then drops as we head into CPI. Can the bulls fight back? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so in yesterday's video, we talked about a couple paths, and I said that if they couldn't push over the prior wave 4 high, that we'd be looking lower, and that's exactly what we saw. The market pushed back up toward the 45-41 area, but couldn't break through, and then sold off for most of the day. Now the question is, can the bulls fight back? I'll get into that in just one second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, before we jump into the charts, we do have more testimonials coming in about the Elliott Wave course that I will show you later in the video. It's 25 videos. It's helping people finally understand the market. You can see that the subject matter is actually very technical, but we do it in a clear, concise way that makes it easy to learn. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned for later in the video. For now, let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 4-hour futures chart for the S&P 500. And as you can see, they tried to push up here, could not break through the prior wave 4, and we sold down from there and broke the low. Now, we have a couple ways to look at this. The first would be that they need to push lower and continue this wave 5 down. The issue I have with that is they did have a pretty big spike here and then back down, which does not look impulsive. So it could be that this wave 5 ends in a diagonal, and it would be down toward the 44.55 region that we'd be looking for that spike. It's possible they kind of grind it out here till CPI, give us a spike down, and then pop up there. And it's also possible that we've already bottomed and we're starting that push up. In either case, the primary path is that we would look for either a quick spike down or the bottom to be in and then a bounce. So what we would look for is an ABC bounce. And as it stands right now, that bounce would target the 45.58 to 45.98 area. So basically 45.60 to 4600 is where we'd look for this bounce to target. And then we'd look for it to start the C wave down in 5 waves or potentially wave 3, just depending on how the structure takes shape. So we'll need to see what we get off of the top and where it targets to further confirm which count we're in, whether it's going to be the bigger C wave down towards 3000 or the wave 4 back towards about 43 to 4400 and then back up to new all-time highs. So still too early to tell. We do have an impulsive structure off of the high, but it is a microstructure. So what we want to see is this bounce in a corrective format and then another 5 waves down to give us that confirmation. Okay, the other alternative, and I don't find this to be particularly likely, but it is something to pay attention to, is that we got a wave 1 down and then a very shallow wave 2. And before you say that's not possible, you have to remember that when diagonals, and this entire move up we labeled as a diagonal, I went over it last week in the big picture, this entire move down as a diagonal, they sell very strongly. So your bounces are pretty weak. And so it is possible we don't get a full wave 2 bounce up to the target area I mentioned. And this 382 was all of the wave 2 bounce. If that's the case, we would need to see them push down towards 44.60 to 44.43, give us a bounce, and then start down and break through 44.20. If they break through 44.20, that is your signal that we were probably in a bigger wave 3, targeting much deeper towards the 42.30 area. So that would be something, again, that I am not thinking is very likely, but to keep on your radar because of how these diagonal reversals work. Over on the NASDAQ, okay, the NASDAQ's just a little bit different. Again, they could not push over this wave 4 high here, so we got a 3, 4, and then a push down in 5 toward 15,120 like we talked about in yesterday's video. Came down right to that area and bounced. Now it's coming back down again. They could push a little bit lower. The next target would be 14,984. But overall, the NASDAQ is looking similar to ES in the fact that we're looking for either a quick spike down and then an ABC back up into our target box, okay, where we're looking for 15,607 to 15,848 as our target, so basically 15,600 to 15,850. We'd be looking for a bounce into that area, and then we'd be looking to start the next move down. Now remember, because we are tracking an ABC on the NASDAQ for wave 1, we would count this as wave 2, okay, or potentially A and B. And then what we see coming out of this blue box will tell us whether we're in a leading diagonal or we're in more of a zigzag. A leading diagonal means all the waves are 3 waves. So a 3-wave move down would be bearish, whereas a 5-wave move down would be bullish. Okay, so out of the blue box, if they get there and start to turn down, 3 waves down is bearish, 5 waves is bullish. Another reason I don't think the ES downside is likely to break through in that wave 3 that I talked about is that NASDAQ doesn't have hardly any of a wave 2, unless what we're looking at is going to be a very extended wave 3 where you got a 1, 2, and 3 continues to extend to the downside. So that is possible, but again, not likely. The two most likely paths are a quick spike down and then up, or we've already made the bottom and up into this blue box. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link. It takes you right over to the website. Once you get there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible monthly plans, and they both come with a 7-day free trial because I want you to get in there. I want you to make sure you love it and become part of the trading team before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. We also have our Elliott Wave for Beginners course that I talked about earlier in the video that you've seen all of the testimonials for, that people are actually loving and learning the market in a way that makes it simple to understand. And in that course, it's 25 videos where I go over an introduction on how to set your mind, how to understand why Elliott Wave works, and how to actually apply it. I go through every chart tool that you need and how to use it with Elliott Wave to confirm these targets. And then I go through each wave in the Elliott Wave for Beginners course, which covers zigzags and the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the basic stuff for Elliott Wave, so that you can finally understand the market instead of trying to decipher the news cycles. The really cool part about the course is that it is included in both of my monthly rooms. So if you want to become a monthly member, you automatically get the course for free. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, a midday video where I go over exactly where we are in the counts and what to expect, and the training material you just saw. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing trade, which means our trades last anywhere from a few days to a few months, so we don't trade quite as often as a day trading room does. However, if you are interested in day trading as well as individual stocks, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as day trading, individual stocks, and PT's reduced risk binary method that absolutely crushes the market. He gets you in at a cheap price and gets you huge multiples on your money, and it's how he structures his trades that's so unique. Something you kind of have to see to understand, and that's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where you put $4,000 into an account trading mini ES futures, averaging 3 to 4% gains per week, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we would love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. Okay, key takeaways for today. Primarily, we are looking for either the bottom to be in or a quick spike down into the target area, then an ABC up into that 4560 to 4600 area. There is an outside chance that we have already completed one and have a very tiny wave 2, but I don't think that's super likely. Over on the NASDAQ, same type of thing. We're looking for a quick spike down to the target and then up, or just up from where we are. They don't need to make a new low. We have enough waves in place. And that target box would be 15,607 to 15,848. If they do want to push lower, that spike lower should target around the 14,984 area. Guys, that is the market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.